What's going on, guys? The Barber Phil here, back again with another haircut tutorial. We're going to start 2021 off with a bang. This was a walk-in, first-time visit, never cut his hair before, had hair, but we're going to get him nice and blurry, get that beard together, send him on his way looking fresh. Let's get right into it. Alright guys, so first thing you guys will notice, some of these clippers are going to look a little different. I do have the same clippers. I've changed the blades around a little bit. I've changed the front face plates as well, because what I did was I actually added the 245 Eco battery to all three of my clippers. They're running awesome, full speed, staying charged longer. And then of course with the power mat and the power clips on all of my clippers, there's no need for a cord anymore. Everything's full charge all the time. So what I did there is I took a 7 guard with the magic clip and that crunch blade, and I ran it all through his hair in every different direction. And I know he has that hat hair. We're just going to do what we can with it. We went every single different direction we possibly could. Now what I've done, this is my Cordless Senior, and I switched it up. Now this is the fast feed blade on here with the ceramic standard cutting blade. And I had that 3 guard from the Andy's Purple Guard set, and we're going straight up and off, and we're going to allow that 3 guard to blend up into that 7 up top, because we're going to come flush to the head, up, and then when it gets to that ridge, you're going to just let it float off, and it's just about seamlessly going to blend right up into that top. That's why I love being methodical with those motions. You can tell right here I'm using that comb, and I'm combing in whatever direction the hair is growing. We're cutting kind of against that to make sure it feeds through nice and even. And then right here, this is an open 2 guard, and I'm just trying to float it up into where we left off with that 3 guard. This is going to be the bulk of the side of the fade here. Once we've got that whole side panel blown out and down to a 2 guard, we know that's what we can fade up into. So we're going to grab these cordless detailers. You guys will notice I added the power clip to this as well. Tap that line in, bottom of the C cup, curve it over his ear, and then kind of down a little bit in the back, flip it over, flick that line out initially. That's kind of the initial step to this whole fade. Grab the FXs, go ahead and ball out everything underneath so we can see what we're doing. Have a nice clean panel to work with, and then we will get right into that fade. So I zoomed it in so you guys can get a better look. This is that Cordless Senior with the Auster fast feed blade, so I can do that nice open section. So we're going up about 1 inch. I'm keeping that blade flush to his head and then flicking out at the top. Then this is the magic clip with the crunch blade. We're going to close that lever, flick at that bottom detailer line. We're going to open it up halfway, just kind of flick at that middle part of the line, and then when you open this lever all the way up, you should blend right up into that open section. And that whole section right there is completely done, nice and blurry, all the way from the FX up through that open section. Now what we've got here is the Andy's 1 guard, and we're just kind of flicking up into that 2 guard that we left off with. I've got this lever open right now, and then you can just slowly close it as you work your way down towards that line that we're eventually going to fade out there. And that line will eventually disappear not only when you close that lever all the way, but you can go ahead and refine it out and fully blend it out by adding that 0 guard in there, which is what we're going to do right here. The Andy's 0 guard. I really like this one. I actually need to get a new one. If you can notice, there's 1 tooth missing on that right side. I'm trying to be very careful with it. Obviously, whenever you've got a tooth missing on a blade or a guard, you need to either change it immediately or as soon as you can, or if you don't have the means to immediately change it, make sure you take your time and pay attention to what you're doing. So we are going to remove quite a bit of hair on the beard, so I did over direct the back of the beard past his back line, put a nice sharp line there, and then we're taking a 2 guard down with the growth of the hair. Just imagine the same thing as up top, where you go up and off at the parietal ridge, invert that around, and imagine the jawline is the parietal ridge up top. So you're going to take that 2 guard down with the growth of the hair, and then off once you get to that jawline and out, so that you don't round it underneath his beard. I flip the 2 guard around, and then I go from the bottom of his earlobe up towards the like where the bald section is above it. You can close it up halfway and then all the way, and slowly work your way up. Take the guard off, do an open section about mid-ear, half open and then all the way open, and then to connect it together there all the way, it's a nice one guard. You can take it down with the growth of the hair just a little bit just to blend into that too. But for the most part, that does the beard. The beard fade there is pretty simple. It's just a condensed version of the fade on the side, and then use the FX as a nice, sharp line on the top there. Get it ready for the razor work in a little bit. This left side, same exact steps as before. 3 guard up and off, and then use the 2 guard to remove most of the bulk on the side, and go ahead and get ready for that bald section. So I hope you guys had a fantastic New Year's. I hope everybody was safe. I hope everybody has some resolutions that they plan to stick to this year. Whether that's posting a picture every day, post a picture every other day, post a picture period. If you've never really posted pictures, try to get some feedback on your work so that you can grow and get better at your craft. My plan is to obviously make it to a few shows this year. I'm going to try to make sure that this channel continues to grow. I'm going to grind that out. And so those are my resolutions for this year. We got some big things coming at Clutch here in Owensboro. A lot of changes coming, and so I'm ready for those. Going to embrace those and make the most of them. So what I did there, guys, is we went ahead, balded out the side on the bottom, used the FXs to do a sharp line on the back of the beard, C-cup, vertical bar, and then here is that fast feed blade open, starting below that detailer line, keeping it flush to the head, and then basically immediately scooping out when you get about an inch up. Magic clip blade completely closed just to blow it to finish out taking out that detailer line. You can open that lever up halfway, and then all the way will completely finish out this section. So you've got FX all the way up through an open section, and then from here it's just a matter of blending out that middle area. So now that we have that open section done, I set in a 1 guard area there. We're going to blend that out, fading down, closing the lever ever so slightly as you work your way down towards the bottom of that line there. And then you can go ahead, finish it off by using the 0 guard. Take the 0 guard off, open that lever all the way up, and then just use the corners of your blade to pinpoint dark areas. And then to go ahead and finish up the fade through the top, I've got the 1.5 with the Andy's purple guard set. We're going to flick up through that initial 2 guard and 3 that we did earlier on. There's a dark spot right here. I'm going to use the 2, or it might have been the 3 guard, to lighten that up just ever so slightly. We didn't want to get up into his front hairline much at all, but it was right there in the corner. It's a little darker than what we would like. So that was the 2 guard, and then I am going to finish it with the 3 here. And now we'll get into the beard work. This is the same thing as the other side. We're doing a 2 guard down and off at the chin, which is the same as up and off at the parietal ridge. I actually am going to carry this all the way around. You can see exactly how straight that beard is going down. That's a good representation of what I mean when I say you go down and off. Don't round that guard underneath of his beard, because you'll remove way more hair than you intend to. And then you can tell right there, I took that 2 guard, the bottom of his earlobe, and I flicked up and out through the top. Then I closed it up all the way. And then I took the guard off at about the middle of the ear. I did an open, no guard, half open, and then all the way closed. Connected it with the 1 guard, and that beard is nice and faded out. I had him tilt his head back a little bit. I've got this lever all the way closed. I'm going from at an angle from the farthest point out where we decided to cut it down to, and I'm angling down towards his Adam's apple, carrying that over towards the side. I'm going to use the FXs to go ahead and bald out underneath, and then we will do this right side or his left and match it to the opposite side, making sure that the line underneath is nice and even, because we don't want it to look lopsided. It'll make one side of the beard look bigger than the other. We'll take the FXs again, bald it out. This is such a cleaner look. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that magic clip again, take the guard off, close the lever all the way up, and I'm going to just run this down just like you see guys do with waves and getting the flyaway hairs. That's basically what I was doing there. We're just trying to make sure that this beard is as shaped up as it possibly can be. We want him to know that, you know, if he comes back to us, we're going to take care of him, keep everything nice and cleaned up. And then I'm just going to let this back ride, guys, let you guys enjoy this beat. So let me know what you guys are thinking so far, what you guys got planned for 2021. Sorry, 2021. It's going to be an adjustment there for a minute. So I don't end up styling the top. He says he just gets up and goes, but if he did decide to want to style it, he wanted it just long enough on top to be able to put something in it, kind of spike it up a little bit. That's what we did. 7 guards enough to put some gel in there, and you can get some nice spike or texture to it, however you want to do it. There we took the FX shaver and we balded out his cheek area so that we can come in. I am going to dry shave him because I knew that his cheek was clean enough. A brand new blade. This will cut right through there, no problem, no irritation. And so I'm stretching the skin, I'm holding that razor at a 45-degree angle, and I'm bringing that razor back to the line, keeping everything consistent. And we're going to make sure that when we get done brushing this cheek hair off and all that hair that's built up at the line, you want to make sure that you re-evaluate the line and make sure that it is straight and it's even on both sides. Here, I just went ahead, that 7 guard didn't quite get his bangs as even. We didn't want to do blunt straight across lined up, so I just took the comb, combed everything forward, kind of point cutting at that line, making it somewhat sharp but not razor sharp. Alright guys, that about does it for this haircut tutorial. Make sure as always to hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what you thought about this haircut tutorial. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. Those likes, guys, in the comments will get this video into the recommendeds and the algorithm on YouTube, which will get it out to more people. That's obviously the goal of this channel. The more people that see it, the better. There's no reason for people in this country to be walking around with bad haircuts. So these barber tutorial videos hopefully will help somebody somewhere. Guys, take a second, hit that subscribe button if you're new, enable that notification bell, that way you never miss another video from me. Sunday and Wednesday is the schedule as always, 2 videos to you a week, I promise. And until the next video, guys, I appreciate it. 2021, we're here and we're about to make some noise.